Hi folks, we're going to take a look on variables and types here in Python. For those not aware, Python is a dynamically typed language, which means that if we define, let's say here, x is equal to 42, so that's fine. And now let's see what type of variable x is, and we have that is an int, which is kind of obvious, right? Let's add some cells here so we can continue programming. Now, let's say that I want x to be a string, as in cake. And now let's just type, printed out the type here for x in this way. Now, if we look at this, we see that x has a different type. So now is a string, str stands for string. So different than other language, we don't have to do something like int x, or now it's a string. Wait, so now we have like a string x, something like this, and then x is a string. No. Python doesn't work like this. As we define our variables, we have the type that it was firstly defined by the value. So if we have something like this and c equals false, or now let's say here we have a string. Yeah. So if we have a string like this, as in cake again, so now we have 4 variables and they all have their own types, right? So if we try to go there and just print out the types that we have, let's do the type for B, type for C, and then we'll have type for D, which is somehow curious because if we do like this, we would expect to see all the types, right? Well, not exactly. Only the last type was print. Why? Don't forget this is a notebook, so what we have here, all the prints, they follow through. So this was print, this was print, and this was print, but now just the last instruction took over the interactive console that we had. So in order to do this, let's try this once again. Let's copy this here. Now let's use a normal print, how this was supposed to be done. So if we have a print right here and we have the print of all these guys, hopefully we'll be able to see all the prints that we had it there, right? Now, if we take a look on this, now we can see all the types, right? So we have the type of A, the type of B, C, D, and so on and so forth. So the good thing is you don't need to know what is the type of your variable. So if it's an int, a float, or true, or sorry, a boolean, or is a string, and so a list, a dictionary, as we're going to see later on, Python knows that for you, but it means that you have to have a lot of responsibilities because you don't want to design a function that you're expecting a certain data type and you do a certain behavior, and in the end you didn't receive the type that you were expecting. Another thing for us here to take a quicker look is look how the Boolean values, they have to start with a capital letter, right? So true and false here, all both capital letters. Some languages, they start as something like this, as true or as in false, but that's not the case here. And it doesn't matter if we do in single, let's say single quotes or double quotes as we have here. So we have cake, and if we run that again, we'll see that pretty much the result, it doesn't change, right? It continues to be a string as we have it right here. So another data type that we have, I guess we should talk about it, is the none data type. Well, I know you may be thinking, well, how none is a data type? Well, believe me, it is. It's the type of none. So if we take a look on this, well, we can use the value or the variable, it doesn't matter. If we take a look here, we see this is a known data type. And if you want to take a look using the print, and if we print it out like this, we see that the class is actually a non-type, right? So that will be all, and thank you and happy coding.